Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I just want to start off by welcoming. I have some friends here visiting because, as everyone knows, I turned 60 yesterday, and they've come from outside the Northern Territory. So welcome to Northern Territory Parliament. We do some things differently here, and it's great to see you all and, enjoy whatever you hear. I'm rising to give end-of-year adjournment as well. I just want to start off by saying that it's been a huge year for everyone. I've certainly found it at times overwhelming, but I feel incredibly privileged and grateful to be here in this role. I'm deeply grateful to the people of Johnston who elected me, who were so involved. We ran a community campaign because people wanted to see change and wanted to see things happen differently. And those people have come with us along the journey for the last 18 months. And so many of them are still so engaged in what we're doing. And it's created a real sense of hope that we actually can do politics differently. So thank you there's far too many people to name. I remember last year the member for Karama started reading out of the phone book. I thought, I won't do that. But I do want to thank some particular people as well. I want to start off by thanking my staff and volunteers because, as the member for Nightcliff said, as a crossbencher and as an independent, the resources we have to do a huge job are really minimal. And there's absolutely no way I could do what I do without an incredible electorate officer in Viv. Thank you, Viv, who does about 10 jobs at once. I don't know how she does it. It's amazing. To our other staff, we've got 2 Maddies and a Gabe who work for us, plus so many volunteers, regular volunteers who come in, including Elsa B. I've got to get their names. I'll remember. Elsa B, Jill, Ian, Ali, Sarah, Louise. I'm sorry if I've forgotten you, I'll come back to it. And also some amazing people that come into our office every week just to do something nice for us. So Gwen, who comes in every single week and brings us a plant or some flowers. She's in her 80s and she said, you are all working really hard. I want to do something to make this place nice for all of you. Our community is actually amazing. We have so many wonderful people there. That's, and every week actually we've started to do a Friday shout out for the amazing people in Johnston who just make it so great. And I also, of course, I want to at the beginning, thank my family as well who are all amazing. I'm lucky enough to have my mum, who is my most loyal supporter, and many of you will have seen her come here into this chamber, and her partner Kit. She's a wonderful, inspiring woman. And my beautiful sister Annie and her family, I'm lucky to have all of them living here in Darwin. My 2 beautiful sons, Jack and Zephyr, who don't live here anymore, but they're both here in Darwin at the moment, which is just wonderful. 2 amazing young men who do their own great work in the world, and I'm so proud of. And Jack and Zeph, I hope the work that I do and I'm doing here will be part of making sure that your generation and your future and those that follow you is safe, is thriving, is good for everyone in the whole world. And to Johnny, thank you so much for everything you do. In the big and little ways, for all the adventures we've shared, all the ones ahead. And to Billy, who's not here in the chamber because Billy's a dog, but Billy, who is my #1 Instagram companion and comes with me all the time, and is very patient with me both when I'm there and not there. Thank you, Billy. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that have happened in Johnston over the last bit of time and say thank you to people around that. Starting most recently with the response to the cyclone. So as many people have talked about, the community's response to Cyclone Fina was amazing. And there were so many people in our suburbs that both came together to help each other, and also local businesses and shops that opened up their doors, that provided food to people, that said things like, this is just here for people who, maybe we were lucky enough in one of our suburbs to have power, but the other 3 did not. But opened up their shops for people who are hungry or don't have water or don't have power. come and have some food, or just come and be with someone if you're feeling a bit lonely. We've got a thriving seniors community in Johnston that do lots of different things, and many of them spend time in our office, both in regular weekly groups, as well as, you know, often just coming in for a cup of tea. Lots of them like to come and give me lots of advice. That's great. I love it. Last year at when we had our seniors Christmas party, one of them stood up and said, "You shouldn't have to do this all by yourselves. We're going to help you organise it next year," and that's exactly what they're doing. It's fantastic. So we've got a group of seniors who are organising the seniors Christmas party for Johnston this year. So they've said one rule is this year there'll be no violins. So yeah, I tell you for free, it's not good to have violins in a hall for a seniors Christmas party. It does not work. So we're not doing that this year. One of the things that we're doing with young people, or with you know, across the electorate, but starting with young people, that I'm really excited about is working on a Future Generations bill, and we're doing that with the community. So the idea of that bill, which I've talked about in this chamber before, is that as lawmakers, we have a responsibility to think about the impact of the laws we're making, not just on us, but on the future generations and on into the future. So the way we're doing that is that we are bringing people together through community meetings and town halls, both to find out what's important for them into their future and what they want to see as a future, and also to learn about the process of lawmaking, so that we'll bring that back to this chamber as a community members bill. This is what the community wants to see. And we've got a advisory group made up of young people who are helping us design that and do that. So it's a really exciting process for us, and very hopeful. I know people hear me in this chamber say no a lot to things. I feel like often that's what I'm doing. I really want to be able to say yes to things. In fact, I'd much rather be saying yes to things. I feel like part of my responsibility and my role is to represent some of the voices and people that are not heard in here, and that's what I'm trying to do. But I also want to find ways that together we can agree on things that are going to be hopeful to build all of our future and the future for the people that we represent. So that's something that I feel positive about and hopeful about. One of the ways that I do stay connected with, and I love Johnston, I love my community. Every Sunday I'm at Rapid Creek Markets. It's my absolute 100% favourite day of the week. It's a wonderful place. I know some of my comrades across the chamber are coming there now too every Sunday. I've been going there for 30 years. It's an incredible community of people. Best food in Darwin, if you ask me. There's been a lot of work done in the last bit of time about what we can do to make it better as well. So I've been working with Costa, who some of you might know, and the local council and the stall holders and the shop owners to address some of the things that really need to be looked after in that place to make it better. Things like shade and parking and better toilets and access to good water and things like that. So it's going to get even better. And if any of you are looking for something good to do on a Sunday, come to Rapid Creek Markets. I also go every Tuesday outside one of the local shops in our electorate, and that's been a really wonderful way to connect with people who aren't able to come into the office, and I get to have a lot of very wonderful conversations there. So there's some people that come and see me every week when I'm outside a particular shop. Some people just drop by, but it's a really wonderful way to feel grounded and connected with people there. There's lots of projects that we're working on. Probably the main one I want to highlight, which we're doing with Tisha Tajaya, that some of you may know, a local artist. Over the year, Tisha has been running drawing workshops for us with us at Rapid Creek Markets, drawing local produce, or teaching people how to draw. From that, we're making a whole lot of things. We're making tote bags and tea towels. We're also making a calendar member for Karama. Our calendar is going to feature recipes of what's in season each month and what you can cook with it. So stay tuned for that. I'm not as organised as you, so it's not quite ready yet, but it will be before January next year. And we're using that project, just like we also did a project with community artists, we're using them to raise money for community projects. So that's a way of people from the community sharing their skills and us being able to raise funds to share to support community projects. So we'll be continuing to do that into the new year. And in my last 3 seconds, I wish everyone, however you celebrate, a safe and happy new year. And I look forward to working with you across our differences towards what we all believe we can create together. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Member for Catherine.